Thank you very much, Kenny, for your time today. We're delighted to have you here to share a little bit more about your experience attending university in London. So do you mind briefly introducing yourself first?
Yeah, sure, Ariel. So my name is Kenny. Nice to meet you, everyone. So I first came to the UK, I think probably 18-year-old when I was studying A-level. And then I chose to study in London for my bachelor and then went on to do a master's. And then I stayed in the UK for some time now and now working in a technology company.
Okay, great. So can you tell me a little bit more about why did you decide to study in the London area in the first place?
My subject is economics. So I read economics at London School of Economics, LSE. And I think obviously that's one of the major factors of deciding where to go. And LSE is simply in London. So that's probably one of the first factors. But I think other than that is I was really looking forward to like that international community. I'm quite proud to say like up to this, I'm still like having, friends, around the world, like from New Zealand all the way to actually even Thailand and the US. And they're all the friends that I've made in the London community. And I think the third thing is simply London is such a cultural hub. So you get to see different museums, different, technologies, new things coming up. And then you basically get the best out of it in every region. And they simply bring it back to London. So you just get to see the world in London.
Amazing. Can you tell me a little bit more about what's the international student community in London like? So you shared that, they're all from very diverse culture. Do they also have like different academic interests? How is that different, from the experience of students who might choose to study in a suburban area in the UK, for example, Warwick, etc.?
So say, for example, when I was in my first year, I was in a student hall that, all American students actually came to exchange in my school. And at the time, not only I made friends with my own, cohort in the year, but I also got to see actually someone more senior than me coming from America. And started from there, we started building like a group, and then you get to see a different side of it. And within my cohort, you get to a lot of international representatives. They usually joke around the representation, is comparable to the United Nations. And you get to see, different countries, their representatives, their cultures, how they, their journey to the school, what they have been doing, and, all this. So I think in terms of the international exposure, they're just coming to us. You don't really need to like, what should I do there? It's simply that community is built upon that nationalities of like diversity. And then in terms of, I think, different opportunities, say, for example, one of those like career fairs usually would be, happening in London. And particularly, for those professions, they are based in City of London. So LSE is simply like a distance away, like a step away. So just a small thing, like LSE at the back end, we have like next to the Royal Court of Justice. So even I'm not studying law, but simply just, visiting there, and then you got to see a lot of exposure. I got a few friends who study law. They really take the opportunities. Simply go visit there.
How would you comment on the level of security in London, right? So I heard, from parents that they like the suburban area because it seems like the campus is safer with, professors, students living on campus. They feel like it's more secured. So as a student, who reside in London, what do you think of the security around the area?
Well, London is definitely a big city. So, things could happen in big city. There's no denial of that. But I think London, simply by the proximity, there's a lot of transport and they're all quite safe. And actually, I think it's even more accessible when you're in the center of the city because there's night tube, there's night buses, and even walk and cycling is a very common way of traveling. And, my favorite hobbies is actually walking along the Thames because I actually used to live around, the river. I definitely would feel very safe just, simply in London. And there's a lot of green park as well, which is London is renowned for. Hyde Park, Regent's Park, they are all within reach. And, you can simply go there, have a walk, have a chat, and then, have a happy afternoon.